What is up, guys? I thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel today. As you guys can see, I'm sitting in the summit room right now. 2025 is gone, as we all know, in with 2026, and I just hope we're just gonna, tackle this year with a much more hardworking spirit, not taking opportunities for granted, no matter how small it is. Even the most biggest trees that you know in the world didn't start off as just this big. They started off as small seeds. But I just want to talk briefly about what 2025 overall taught me. One of the first things it taught me is the value of time. Time and opportunity, to be specific. So here's the thing, guys. The reason why I want to talk about time and opportunity is because we as young people, myself included, I fell victim of this, is to always think that time is free in some sense. You enjoy, you get to wake up, and the things just go as normal as they could possibly can. And sometimes we do have ambitions, we do have plans, and it's quite good to think positively. But in as far as we do think positively, sometimes opportunities that come our way, we never really seem enthusiastic to seize them. Whenever small things do come our way, we never really get the time to, reflect on them. Like, how is this specific thing tied to my destiny? And besides even your destiny, I mean, polishing your tomorrow, like, how do you want the next day to look like, the next week, the next year, how do you want it to look like? So I think most of the time we just think, we do not take action. Thinking is good, but there has to be something alongside that. Hapona let this thing like let's say there's something, and like most of these people who started the WhatsApp group and stuff like that, most of the time it's just talk and talk. But the action element of it, most of the time those people never really contribute money. But no contributors are like almost towards the end of the year. But during the year, it's just all talk. This is how much you're going to contribute. Good, guys, it's good to plan, but not taking action. It's just the failure on its own. Because like most of the time, just this thing we fail to act on the plans. Like, you don't have to have 5 steps. You can just come with step 1, act on it. If it fails, keep moving forward. There's just no way you're gonna keep on failing. The only problem is that we think a lot, like we do not really take action on one. And then another thing also, I'm not trying to paint a bad picture on us as my Gen Z. I'm not trying to do that. We live in a very fast-paced world currently. And it's so fast-paced to a point where, like, even my TikTok or so, like, one moment is this video, one moment is that video, one moment they accident, one moment relationship, one moment achievement. They're like, our brains process things in a much more faster way. So I think the fast-paced world that we live in currently affects our attention span, and sometimes even our focus, like our laser focused. Whereas like Fantuka, so we talk about certain things, and then it was quite easier to take action because that thing occupies your mind for quite a long time. And I'm sure we can all attest to the fact that when something occupies your mind for quite a long time and you're not acting on it, it's gonna keep haunting you, guys. That's how our mind is like. It's like when you're in a situation, even though you've never, let's say you are in a new and difficult situation that you've never been in before, your brain is gonna try to process solutions on how to, propel yourself to move forward out of that situation or to become a better version of yourself in that situation. But currently, like in the world that we live in, nowadays it's just the thing, okay, let me just move on from this problem. Let me not think. Let me ask the next person to think for me. And I think that's actually a major disadvantage, because even opportunities, when they do come around, we actually tend to think they're going to keep replicating. I mean, good Lord if they do that, but it's hardly the case that they do ever replicate. And another thing that I also did learn, 2025, is this thing, Yahore, you must never ever ever sleep on yourself. Don't ever think that age is the barrier of life in your house. Old or young, dilly possible. And then sometimes there's this saying, Yahore, the sky's the limit. Maybe I read it wrong or whatever, but I don't believe the sky's the limit. I believe whatever it is that you want to achieve, you can go right to the moon, land on it, and do whatever it is that you want. The only thing you're flopisang, as opposed to people from before, a person would literally see a cheetah. They wouldn't really think so much about it. They would just go hunt it out and let the family eat. But nowadays, the example that I'm trying to bring home is the fact that we do think of how to hunt, and sometimes you even get goosebumps about the kind of life you would want to live, or that you know you can live, but for the mere fact that you're thinking too much about it, what other people are going to say, what stumbling blocks you might face along the way, is the kind of barriers that we project onto ourselves. And this is why we get torn apart now when the outside world seems to be against us, but you have to believe in yourself, so that even when the world tries to be against you, you are no longer shaken at all. So those are some of the things that I did learn, and it's almost like a conversation with myself, because we've just entered a new year, guys, and I really hope for the best of the best, amazing things to come along. And let's not think too much. Think of one thing, act on it. Think of another thing, act on it again. And let's just keep going. We the youth, and I think us being the youth, it's quite obvious that we are the future in that sense. So let's smash this year, guys, with all that we have, and stay tuned for my next upload. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like. Share with your friends as well, so that they do get this message. Peace out.